about bubbles. I absolutely adore bubbles, and I know the babies and young children do as well. I use them in all my classes, and if you've signed up for a sensory box, you will have had a little bottle of bubble mixture in there as well. Having said that, as fun as bubbles can be, they are also really, really good for your child's developmental process, okay, in lots and lots of different areas. So, for example, when you use bubbles with a very small child, a little baby, okay, what they will start to do is they will start to track those bubbles as they move around the room. So they will start looking them as they're floating around in front of them. And what that actually does is helps to exercise their eye muscles and help to get their eyesight better in terms of focusing and movement. So actually it's a really, really good thing to help with their eyesight. As they get a little bit older, they will start to recognize the fact that actually this is an item that they might want to try and play with. So they recognize it as a real item, and then what they want to do is start to try and find it and reach it. Okay, so that's quite a strong developmental process. The fact that actually they've seen something, they want it, and then they have to try and get it. And the next part of that process is for them to actually try and coordinate their limbs to try and find the bubbles and hit them. And you will see their arms trying to reach out for them. So this helps the encouragement of their gross motor skills, okay? It helps with their coordination and all of that sort of stuff. As they get older still, they will then actually be able to move around enough to actually reach the bubbles, and some of them might start using their fingers to pop them. And these are your fine motor skills. So you're encouraging all of that process too. And as they get older and they become toddlers and they can sort of run and jump around the room, they will then start stamping on all the bubbles again. That is going to help with their gross motor skills again. And all of this process is the way that they learn how to catch and play balls, all of that sort of thing, the hand-to-eye coordination, but also it helps to understand their movements as well. So running around a room and trying to stamp on the bubbles or try and hit the bubbles, that kind of thing, or pop the bubbles, will also help them sort of avoid objects as they get older. So they'll learn how to sort of run around the tables rather than crash into the tables or the chairs that might be in a room. So all of this is a really, really important part of your child's development. And, use bubbles as often as you can. So if you're going to use bubbles inside, it's really important that you use it in an area that is not slippy. So on kitchen tiles or on wooden floors, that sort of thing, I would not advise using bubbles. So it needs to be on a matted or a carpeted area. If you don't have an area like that in your house, then use bubbles in the bath, okay? Make bubbles part of your bath time fun, and blow bubbles while they're in the bath, and you'll see them trying to reach out and catch them doing that. If you have some outdoor space, then bubbles outside is just brilliant. You can buy bubble machines that are good for outdoor space, and you'll see that the breeze and the air will take all the bubbles and float them around the garden, and you will have children running around squealing in delight. So however fun bubbles can be, okay, they are very, very important for your child's development, and I would encourage you to use them as often as you can. Enjoy.